Oh, I might be live. Oh, there was an error. Loading something. Your app. I don't know what that is. Okay. I think this is on. Not really sure, but hi, this is RV Lady. How are you doing? It is January 26th of 2018, and I'm making a video just to let you know that I'm still alive and give you a brief synopsis of what I've been doing, which is a lot of things that are a big pain in the ass. I am well, Zip is well. We are in the desert enjoying the weather. It is currently, it's 80 degrees out here. It's very nice. I like it. But I just wanted you guys to know that, I'm not dead. And I've had lots of things go pretty much wrong. I've had RV problems, Suzuki problems. What else? I guess that's about it. I lost the linkage on my column, that shifts the RV. And so that had to be fixed. So I was in the emergency room, and that's because I was having abdominal pain, thought I had, something, and didn't. They've done all the CAT scans and the blood work, and the only thing that they've been able to tell me so far was that my potassium was really low. And yeah, good times. I have no idea what's going on in the RVing community because I haven't been watching, but I anticipate catching up. I'm right now utilizing the internet from the public library, which is very nice. And that's all. That's all that's going on. Let's see. Yeah, my grandson's fine. I'm in San Diego County, where I'm going to be staying. Probably for another month anyway. And one of the reasons that I came back to this area was because for work up in LA, and then Harvey Weinstein happened to me, and everybody else, and everybody who's ever, sexually harassed a woman. But anyway, that's kind of put the kibosh on some things. And I'm waiting to see my agent, who has been representing me for a number of years. Yeah, he got canned after swearing to me that no, there is nothing hidden in his background that could pop up. And yet, yeah, he no longer works for the agency. So anyway, I'm waiting for somebody else to get caught up as to, what I've been doing. And, hopefully get back next week. Who knows? Flaky people. So anyway, what else is going on with me? Nada that I can think of. I did take down my RVing books. They're no longer for sale. And I did that for a number of reasons, but mostly because I was told to, because it may interfere with, the big money that I could be making. So depending on what happens up there, I don't know. The entire planet seems to be in flux, and I'm blaming Trump for everything. Let's see. I am well. I did hear about Chico. So sorry. He was such an adorable man, and I hope the dog is doing well in his new home. I was going to try to make it over to Quartzsite, but it wasn't in the cards for me. And I'm just glad that I didn't go up to Ventura, which was where I was headed, so that I would be a closer proximity to Burbank. And then it caught on fire and, burned all the way up to Santa Barbara. So glad I didn't do that. And okay, I think that's it. Oh, this is the other reason why I want to make a video today. Now, some of you are aware that I used to do the RV Women Hangout. And I used to do that with my co-host, who is Nana's Joy. And she is really under the weather. And so if you guys could go over to Nana's Joy and just say hi, that would be nice. She had back surgery several years ago, and something has flared up once again, and she's going to be having back surgery yet again, probably within the next couple of weeks, as soon as they can get her in. And long story short is she and her husband drove their RV down to Florida, where the pain that she was experiencing was far more than she could handle. She flew back up to their home state, and which is where they are now, and the RV is in Florida, sitting in a RV park, and they're both, back up north in the snow. So anyway, she's waiting for her surgery date. If you guys could just send her some well wishes, that would be very nice. That's it. Okay. So I'm fine. Zip's fine. The RV is finally fine. It's very weird to. Oh, here's the other thing that happened to me. Coming down to where I am, you go from 5,000 feet on this windy, twisty mountain road down to below sea level. Okay. So when I came out here originally, which would have been the beginning of November, coming down the hill, the brakes feel kind of spongy, weird, and it was confusing. And then I have another story after that. Okay. And long story short, I learned something about brake fluid. Brake fluid can boil. Who knew? Not me. I don't think I've ever owned a vehicle that has ever had brake fluid changed. You're supposed to change your brake fluid every 3 years. What happens once your brake fluid boils is that it is absorbing moisture, and when you get, and this is what happened to me. I came down the mountain, everything was fine, went to my boondocking spot, went to kind of level out the RV, pushed down on the brakes, and had nothing. The RV didn't stop. I was like, what? So the next day it was fine. The next day I had brakes. But what I had done was boiled that brake fluid. And I bought this RV used. I don't know if anybody ever changed the brake fluid. I looked on all the notes from the previous owner, no mention of it. So anyway, I ended up driving to the nearest town that wasn't mountainous, which is called Indio, California. And I had the brake fluid changed. It cost me, I want to say like $100 to have the brake fluid changed. And I'm very happy about that. And let's see, what else? And then, okay, like 2 weeks ago-ish, don't even know, I went back to Indio. Now, when I was going back to Indio, there's a couple of things that I was doing as I was going and as I was going back. And gas is far cheaper there than where I am here. So, of course, I was filling up my gas tank. And then I was getting propane as well. And then I drove into the town of Indio, where I hit a couple of stores that I wanted to hit. Long story short, somebody stole my numbers off my credit card and/or both. Who knows? I have no idea. I was using them both. And I went here locally to buy something, and the woman slides the card, and she says, "It's declined." And I said, "Yeah, that's not possible." I said, "Run it again." So she runs it again. It was declined. That is impossible. It isn't possible. So I ended up, calling my credit union and saying, WTF. And they said somebody went shopping on your cards in Los Angeles to the tune of almost $900. And then they tried to buy a car. And I'm like, so they said, "We shut your cards down." So that's a bad plan. And I have learned now that's a bad plan. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. You spread your eggs out to at least 2 baskets. And so now I have an account with a bank that is like local here. And then I have my credit union as well. But yeah, they shut them all down. And I was like, what? And so I had, at the time that they shut it down, I had a half a tank of gas. I had enough propane. I had enough food. You know, it wasn't like this real dire emergency, but then it was. And what happened was that I called, when I spoke to my credit union, I said, you know, send me the cards out here. And they were like, yeah, you need an address. We can't just send you the cards to like general delivery. And so I said, okay. So I got them an address, and they expedited, which means 2 to 3 days at, I want to say it was $45. And I said, and I should pay that? Why? I said, I hate to get all like cheap on you or whatnot, but I should have to pay that? I didn't go shopping in LA. I didn't go trying to buy a car. Why do I have to pay $45 to have it expedited? Long story short, it was on a Tuesday that this happened, okay, that I was talking to the credit union. So expedited 2 to 3 days, puts it there Friday. And so I was like, whatever, send me the damn cards. So they said, okay. And then it's Friday, no card. And in this area, they were sending it Federal Express, and nobody could give me a tracking number. So Federal Express doesn't deliver here on Saturday. And on Monday was the holiday, like whatever holiday was our last holiday. And so by Tuesday, okay, so it's Monday, holiday, everything's closed. Tuesday, I'm having severe abdominal pain and decided it was time for me to go to seek medical attention. So of course I called someplace local, and they're like, you know, if it's an emergency, and we don't do that here. So I called the sheriff's department, and I said, you know, if I were to call 911 and say, hey, I'm having abdominal pains, and could be diverticulitis, could be, I have no idea what it is, what would happen? And they said, we would drive to Brawley, California, which is on the California-Arizona border. And then I said, so then if I would need surgery, would I be able to go to Scripps Hospital, which is the hospital of my choice? And they said, no, they would then take you to, or fly, excuse me, they wouldn't fly you or whatever to Phoenix. So I was like, are you kidding me? So anyway, ended up that I maybe had enough gas in the RV. I had maybe, oh, I don't know, less than $20 in cash. I could maybe make it to the coast, or close enough to call, you know, one of those taxi service people and say, come and get me. I don't know how I was going to pay them, but to get me to an emergency room. But I ended up taking off, and I pulled over because the pain was really severe, and I just really needed to pull over. And when I went to go put the RV in park is when I realized I had no linkage on the column thing. And so I ended up having AAA tow it. It was a nightmare. Yeah, nightmare. So I feel better now. I still have the abdominal pain. They have no idea what it is. But I'm out here and it's 75 degrees and I'm using somebody else's Wi-Fi, so life is good. So anyway, I just wanted to give you guys a little brief update of what's been going on with me. I know, it's just like insanity run amok. The last few months have been insanity run amok. And Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So it's the stars, or it's Mars is in retrograde, or whatever it is that Mars does that makes everybody's life a living hell. And this will go out on YouTube so you guys know that I'm still alive. Every once in a while, and you know who you are, I get comments in the comment section from people who are like, "Are you still alive? You know, are you okay?" Yes, I'm okay. And that's all I know. Okay. Next video, you know what I want to get, and I think Nana's Joy is going to get one too. Is she's getting it because she really needs it. I'm getting it because I really just want it. Is one of those blow up portable like jacuzzis or spas or whatever. You know, you put air in it and then you fill it up with hot water and you get in. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one of those. You know, can't you see me sitting in the middle of the desert in my own personal, you know, jacuzzi thing? Boondocking. I think it sounds great. There is a place that's about 15 miles from here that is a mineral hot springs, and I'm actually gonna like run over there tomorrow. So, oh no, not tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, I don't do anything on the weekends here because this is a very weekend-oriented town, and the campsites fill up, and it's my understanding that like the Boy Scouts are gonna go. Yeah. You look cool. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Yes, I'm still alive. Okay, smile and be brave, and I'll talk to you whenever I talk to you next. Okay, bye.